Hi there. I'm on my way to yoga, and I've just been thinking a lot lately about how I should be doing more of these videos, and then um, I decided I should do them. One thing that's going on right now is that I'm working on, I don't know how to word it. Personal mastery, I guess, is the course name, but outside of the course, and I don't even know because I've just started. I don't even know if this is what the course does. Let's go, Jen. Whee! Let's say, what am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Okay. Um, hmm. So, one of the big things is listening to my intuition, and obeying myself, basically. I mean, there are so many times in my life, so many times, that I think, oh, I should do this. And I'm like, nah, or I'll do it later. And it ends up screwing up my life. Well, not screwing up my life, but kind of screwing up my life. um, and it's like one of those situations where it's like, oh, if I had done that, this would have happened. If I had done that, this would have, like if I had called my friend, which way am I going? Okay, yeah. If I had called no, yes, okay, yes. If I had called my friend, I would have been able to talk to her before she died. That's a big one. And right now, I think a major reason that I'm not moving forward in life is that I very often ignore what my brain is telling me I should do. I don't want to do that right now. Funny, a friend of mine was telling me a story about her mom doing basically the same thing, and she kind of heard herself in her mind go, "You're not the boss of me," and then thought, like, well, then who is? I am the boss of me, and I am the boss of me. And it's a matter of listening to the adult and not the child, which is hard because the child's emotions are so much more like, so much more palpable and urgent feeling. And by child, I mean like inner child. You know what I mean? Like what part of you is doing this? Well, my child. The stubborn one is yeah. That, and then there's the fear that I have of failing, which is such an ironic fear because really the only one who decides whether or not I fail is me. By which I mean, I don't trust myself. You know what I mean? I don't trust myself to finish things anymore. I used to. I used to just go for what I wanted and got it. But there wasn't a question in my mind. But now it's like my confidence has been knocked so much from, years and years and years of depression and not doing anything that, it's not good. Because it stops me from doing things. And then I feel like I failed. So that just reinforces everything, which is not the best system, but as long as I'm aware of it, right? But stuff like going to bed at the right time, turning the TV off at the right time, doing my meditation and gratitude practices daily, once in the morning, once at night, consistently. Practicing what I'm learning in the Mindvalley courses, that sort of thing. Stuff that feels a little inconvenient, but really isn't, and actually makes me feel better about myself when I do. So, there's that. I've been feeling, I don't know, for some reason in my head, I've been thinking March was the month that everything's going to change. And like I would be out on March 1st, and I'm not. And that's kind of upsetting, and it's making me feel like I'm missing, like, the reason that I'm not is because I haven't done the things that I have told myself to do, which is like losing weight, that's a big one. Getting certain things done. Then bedtime stuff too, you know what I mean? Like, get to sleep at the right time, wear the stupid machine on your face, but I try and remember, like, no, it prolongs my life. And then, the thing is, though, I don't sleep that well, and I wake up early, but then I end up stretching for several hours, and that's really, really good, because I get rid of a lot of tension in my body. So it just seems like every time I ignore it, the bad, like I've started listening to my intuition, or that's what I'm going to call it, my intuition, like what I should be doing. But there are times that I ignore it, and it's like, oh, look at what that did. Like checking on that contest and filling out, being able to filling out the form on time, and then being entered into it. And and I think I didn't do it because I was afraid, but I also there were reasons. I was just like, oh well, I'll do it later. It doesn't matter because they're not announcing things until blah blah blah. But I should have looked at it every day, and I knew it, and I didn't do it. Trying not to beat myself up over that one. Just kind of like, oh, I can't believe you did. Like I feel like the universe set up this amazing opportunity, and then I just screwed it up. So I'm not happy with myself about that, but I also acknowledge that it showed me that it can just out of nowhere arrange for things. So I'm going to continue to believe that it will, and it is, and that I haven't screwed up too much. There's a bunch of stuff that I haven't done that I know has kept me from moving forward. And moving forward is all I want to do. So I think one of the things that I'm going to be telling myself when I find myself being resistant is like, if you don't do these things, you will never move forward in your life. You will stay stuck forever. And that's just not a cool thing. I'm not into that. So that's what I'm working on right now. I woke up this morning and at 5, no, at 3, and then I stretched. Usually it's 3 or 4, but I think this morning was 5. Anyway, I stretched for a while, and I got to bed at a reasonable time last night. It wasn't too late. And yeah, so I'm tired. That's the thing. Is like, if I weren't as tired as I am, things would be better. Like, I'd be in a better mood. I'd be doing things, like my mental health would be better. Like, I would be more energetic, so I'd be more likely to do the stuff I keep telling myself to do. There's just so much to it that if I would just stick to the sleep schedule, that alone would really help immensely. So that's what I'm listening to these things. I'm starting to. The thing is too, I a bunch of times it's happened and I hadn't realized that I did that until afterwards, that I hadn't listened. So I'm also consciously becoming more aware of when that's happening. And then reminding myself, like, if you don't do this, you will not move forward in life. Things will not get accomplished. You will be here forever. You will never have your own place. You will never have your own life. You will never, all this stuff. That's true if I don't freaking do what I tell myself to do. Appunto. So anyway, I'm at yoga, and I'm going to go. That is a handicap space. So we will just pull around here and do this. Okay. So, another thing doing a lot of stuff with the energy stuff in the body. But one thing that I'm telling myself that I think is going to apply to other places in life is, I'll be releasing this energy, and then I'll tense a part of my body, and I'll get angry at myself about it. Like, oh, come on, that's not the right way to do it. There is no right way to do it. Looking great. There's no right way to do this. And I'm learning, and the only way I'm going to learn how to release these muscles is to learn how to release these muscles. And part of that is going to be like, oh, that's a tense, that's a tension. That's not release, that's tension. You know what I mean? And like, okay, it's a lot. So I think if I also tell myself, like, and also there's a lot of discomfort. So it's like, I know it's uncomfortable, but you stick with it. So oh, that would help with sleep too. And meditation. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Oh wow, I'm so tired, and it's so obvious. So that's that. Because I'm angry at myself. I am really angry at myself still, and that's something I need to work on. I'm angry at myself for staying where I am for so long, and I'm the only one who decides if that is what's gonna happen. So that's why I get more angry at myself, and that keeps me more stuck. So I gotta release that, and I have to remind myself. It's like the time when I first started out on this journey. I was telling myself, like, okay, look, you don't have to believe that you are worthy of forgiveness, but if you don't forgive yourself, this is what your life is going to be for the rest of your life. And that really got me to start forgiving myself. And that's not an easy road. But you work at it, you know what I mean? You start noticing things like, oh, I started noticing when I was having a lot of negative self-talk. So I don't have a lot of negative self-talk. I mean, I still do, but not to the degree. And it's very much less. It's very noticeable to me when I'm like, oh, wow, I just called myself stupid. I wasn't smart. That was stupid. Okay. So I'm going to apply that to this, right? Like every time I get angry at myself, like, you know what? Yeah, maybe you do deserve the anger, but that doesn't help, and it's hindering you, and it's hindering your forward progression in life. Because I'm so sick of what my situation is. So anyway, I'm going to yoga, and I am grateful for the opportunity to learn what I'm learning. The best time to do it was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now, right? So we're doing it now, and it's good. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm just going to remind you that even if you're like, oh God, I did that again, you can't always choose to have a grateful day.